One of the things that JoJo is probably best known for is all the cool and creative stands that it has. A lot of these stands are super popular, like King Crimson, The World, Star Platinum, and that's because a lot of these stands are really cool. They have some complex abilities, some simple abilities, but no matter what, a lot of these stands are really cool and well liked. Now, some of these stands may be seen as overrated or underrated by some people, and today I'm going to talk about one of those stands, which is Killer Queen. Honestly, in my opinion, and this is all just my opinion, I think Killer Queen is a very overrated stand. And for one reason, which is I think Killer Queen doesn't utilize its abilities enough. Which what I'm trying to say is every time Killer Queen has a unique ability, it seems like after it fails, like there's just a new ability. It doesn't feel like they're really learning to utilize the moveset that Killer Queen has. It feels like there's just a new moveset every time it doesn't work. Part 1. Regular Killer Queen. I actually like regular Killer Queen a lot. I think it's a really good stand. I like how it manages to kill its victims off without leaving anything left. It's the perfect reflection of Kira on how he's so destructive like a bomb, but also he still doesn't manage to leave any evidence. He's so sneaky. It's so good, and its power is so cool. I hope they don't mess it up. Part 2. Cardiac Arrest. I don't like sheer heart attack. I don't. So you see, the thing about sheer heart attack is I feel like we just got to know Kira's stand. He's barely done anything yet. And before he can even do something cool, he now has a new power that really isn't as interesting. It's like a heat-seeking thing, which there was no sign of any heat-seeking in regular Killer Queen. So it doesn't really feel like a proper sub-stand. They never implied that his hand comes off. And then it just does. And then the worst part is it loses the fight. And from there on, it's basically, it doesn't do anything. It felt like a side stand. Part 3. Dust Consumption. I'm gonna be honest, I thought Sheer Heart Attack's fight was at least okay. I was hating on it because, funny YouTuber hate on thing. It felt useless and it didn't really feel necessary, but hey, at least it was fun. And then we have Bites the Dust. Bites the Dust is just confusing and then it doesn't work because of course it doesn't work. Because it seems like in the stand it inherently shouldn't work. Because Hayato figures it out in 3 tries. And then he's like, I'm done with that. And then he doesn't use it later on in battle until the very end. And that's just a fake out. I feel like Bites the Dust, it had one sub-stand, Killer Queen did. And that was okay, but Bites the Dust, it just felt unnecessary. I want to see Killer Queen fight something. I don't want to see this whole, new thing. The reason Kira's stand Killer Queen is so cool is because it turns stuff into bombs. Not because it turns back time in a loop where nothing changes, but except the person who died is still dead. And it doesn't make sense. And it's probably I think Bites the Dust is not well done. Also, it doesn't make sense. People say it's Requiem, but it doesn't work like other Requiem stands, which just doesn't make sense. Yeah. But Bites the Dust, I'm not a fan. Part 4. Stray Cat and the other stuff that I like about Killer Queen. The Stray Cat fight was okay. I kind of didn't like it. Utilized Killer Queen, but also utilized a different stand. It wasn't just Killer Queen, but it still felt like he was doing something and taking advantage of his bombs in an interesting way, so that was cool. I feel like it's kind of forgettable. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I don't really remember the end of Part 4 that much. The whole thing where they go into the house, I honestly kind of forgot that happened. But maybe that's me. But yeah, Stray Cat is okay. And now I want to talk about some other things I like about Killer Queen. I love its design. It has good music references. I think Killer Queen could have worked. I just feel like Sheer Heart Attack and especially Bites the Dust, and Stray Cat to an extent. Stray Cat would have been better. It's just I feel like there are already too many sub-stands. It doesn't really feel like we're just seeing Killer Queen do stuff. King Crimson had cool moments. The World had cool moments. Made in Heaven had really cool moments. Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap had cool moments. And they didn't really need subs. Well, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap needed the sub stand, but I don't like what's the name of that? Love Train. I don't like Love Train that much either. But yeah, generally I just don't like when there's like supposed to be this huge character and they're supposed to have such a cool stand, and then it feels like they just kind of ignore that for something else that isn't as cool. You can still change stands, like Echoes and Tusk. I feel like they changed and were still cool, but I feel like they just had such a cool concept and basically just ignored it for some other concepts that weren't as interesting. And I feel that's the main problem with Killer Queen. It was such a cool idea, and they decided to inject it with not as cool ideas, and it kind of bogged it down a bit for me. By the way, thank you to myself for making all the art and editing and voicing this video and stuff. Yeah, I made it in Notability. If you ever have $10 and you want to do some stuff, maybe get it. See you next time. Have a nice day, fellas. Here's a stand I made. Outro song. It took a while to make it, so you might as well sing along and also read the description of its ability.